think we're a long way from the death of penny stocks. So.
Yeah, I think there's always the next hot sector, low float mania. I think that's kind of been the theme the last couple of years, especially.
I think back when we got started roughly the same time, a few months apart probably, and everything's always rotating. I mean, it'll come back, I have no doubt. And I remember back then, 10 years ago, when I got started, people were talking about the death of penny stocks. I mean, here it is, 10, 12 years later, and it's about the furthest thing from the death of penny stocks, because now, we've got these BPTHs or these dries or whatever, these stocks that 10 years ago, we didn't even see these moves. Back then it was 1 to 3, not 1 to 30.
Right.
So I think we're a long way from the death of penny stocks. So.
Yeah, I think there's always the next hot sector, low float mania. I think that's kind of been the theme the last couple of years, especially. And we just wait. It's when they as they happen, and we look for those plays. And I think that's what a lot of students have really started to catch on to. So
when we talk about those low float runners or low float mania, can you kind of explain what that is? What there's hundreds, probably thousands of low float stocks, but what makes one the stock? What are you looking for?
Sure. Really, the volume, number one, I really have to see big volume.
Yep.
And ideally, some type of hot sector would be the really ideal situation. Of course, we had marijuana and Bitcoin and other momentum sectors going back, but if it's not a hot sector, it's a stock that's like an RKDA we recently had that. I think was just squeezing on good or so-called good earnings.
Yep. They had some moisture-resistant soybean, and then they had some CBD seed. It was just BS press releases. Yeah,
right.
Yeah. But they were low float. Yep.
But the momentum was there, and most importantly, they held their initial spikes, and that's what I always talk about is focusing on those plays that hold. And prove themselves initially.
Multi-day, you're saying.
Exactly.
Right? Yep,
multi-day runners, got to focus on multi-day runners.
Yep.
And that's one of the biggest things I think students have got to realize, stay away from these one-day failed spikers that run into a brick wall very quickly after the market opens, because
we all have our own terminology, but I call those like the one and done.
Yeah,
everybody,
I call that also.
Okay, all right.
Too.
Everybody they see this one today and they want to pile in day one. And I'm like, listen, again, as a newer trader, you're probably under the PDT. You can't trade every day. You're limited at what you can do. Focus on those ones that, like RKDA, hell, it's still holding up 3 weeks later, So focus on those stocks that spike, hold, maybe into the end of the week. We all love these Friday squeezers, or into the next week. That's the one you got to focus on when you only got 3-day trades or you're busy. Maybe you got to school or work or whatever. Try, look at those the next day, the ones that hold up those multiple days.
Yeah, and I think you mentioned being limited to 3-day trades. I think that's actually a good thing because they need, new students have to be very, as well as veteran traders have to be very picky, and that should help you refine your selection criteria and focus in on these ones. We don't get them necessarily every day or even every week, but when they do come, those are your account builders. And if you're utilizing your trades efficiently, then you're gonna build up your account very dramatically over time.
Yeah, but I think that's the best point of this is, I know it's hard. I know it's really hard out there. You see that stock with the PR, it's a recent reverse split, it's spiking. But your odds are so much better day 2, day 3, day 4. I know it's hard just to say I'm not going to touch this today, but we see so many of them that spike and fail, and you can just let it do what it does day 1, come in the next day and look at those, because your odds are so much better. Because now we use a lot of the same terminology. I call it proven itself as well.
Sure.
When that stock spikes early, hangs around all day, closes the day, near the highs, above VWAP, it's like, okay, we got a recipe for tomorrow or the next day. Now this stock isn't just that one and done that spikes 200 and then closes red on the day or something.
Right, right. And by the way, StocksToTrade, I use it every day.
That's nice.
To find these big percent gainers, and you're doing some fantastic
awesome.
Work over there on that end, and I think, that's the key to really, that's the beginning, is sifting through all these big percent gainers, and we see a lot of them in the pre-market.
Yep.
But and StocksToTrade really picks up on all of them.
Oh, perfect.
But it's just a matter of refining and filtering what's relevant and what is a potential play.
Thanks for watching our video. Be sure to comment below with any trading related question. We love answering your questions. Also, like and share with your friends, and be sure to subscribe to be notified as soon as our next video hits. And if you're looking to expand your trading knowledge, don't forget to check out all of our other videos, and be sure to click the trial below. Check out StocksToTrade. I think it is one of the best, most rapidly advancing softwares out there. Be sure to check out our trial.